Welcome back to Cup of Imperfection. So I thought today I would film kind of a chit chat, get ready with me kind of thing while I do my makeup. So I lived in an era when I was a teenager. Yes, I am dating myself with this, but this was before YouTube and YouTube tutorials and all of that. So I kind of taught myself how to do makeup. And then once YouTube came around, I became an adult, all of that kind of stuff. I started watching makeup tutorials and I learned some good tricks for like my eye shape and all of that I am going to kind of talk about just a little bit while I am doing my makeup. I love makeup. I love to put on makeup. However, I am a mom, so you don't always have a whole lot of time to do your makeup. So I'm going to show you a very basic kind of look that I do that does not take long at all to do. So I'm going to start with this. I just use generally, I don't know, can you see that? I don't know. There we go. Yeah, it's a CoverGirl TruBlend. I found that this tends to work very good for my complexion. I've tried kind of expensive foundations and stuff. If I order from Sephora and I have an option to get like a sample of a more expensive foundation and stuff, like I've tried that and I've bought a couple of more expensive foundations. Honestly, this one works best for me comparative to anything else that I've tried. I do have one that I do use that has SPF in it. I use that in the summer if I know I'm going to be out in the sun, but any other time this is what I use. I used to put on makeup like literally every day. I would not leave the house without it. That was kind of my MO, if you will, as a teen and a 20-something, and really even up until I became a mama. You know, I even got more into makeup, honestly, when my daughter was little. She's 5 now. But when she was little, I even got, you know, kind of into makeup and all of that even more. But when the pandemic hit, I got so lazy. Oh, so we really didn't leave. Really, during the pandemic, we were pretty cautious people. We had the ability to be. Our daughter wasn't in school at the time. I'm a stay-at-home mom, and my husband works more in technology, and with his job, he was able to transition to working from home during the pandemic. So we stayed home a lot, and while we were staying home, nobody was seeing me but my family, and I got super lazy on putting makeup on. So I'm, you know, going out and doing things now. I go shopping more often. Our daughter's in preschool, so I gotta leave to take her to school and stuff. So, you know, I've been putting makeup on more frequently again. Still don't wear it every day like I used to, but I put it on more frequently. But I adapt to more of an easier look. Today I'm going to use the Essentials palette. It's Sigma branded. If you guys have watched Stephanie Lange on YouTube, this is her makeup palette with them. It's really pretty. I like that. It has like contour shades and highlights as well as your eyeshadow. So I'm going to be using that today. I'm going to use the color here, Honeycomb. I'm going to use that as more of a contour. Like I said, I don't have a whole lot of time to get myself ready anymore, unless if it's like a special event, so I just kind of slap the makeup on my face, to be honest. I've kind of learned different things that work for me, and I can do them really quickly. So this is not a makeup tutorial of how to do your makeup, as, you know, I'm just kind of quickly putting on my makeup here. The cool thing that I have found about makeup is once you find things that work for you and you practice at it, it doesn't take you very long to actually do your makeup, which I love. You know, if you're doing something new, trying out new things, sure, it's going to take you a while because you're messing around. I'm using the highlight shade now called Star. And yeah, it doesn't take you long to do it. You can just kind of like quickly put it on and you look all right. So I'm not going to like totally contour my nose. I'm just going to take this brush. This is not a contour brush, but I'm just going to quickly throw on a little bit on the sides of my nose. I'm not doing a true contour. I just want a little bit of definition. I know this is not the way to do it, but yeah, whatever. Okay, so now I'm going to put a little bit of that highlight shade, and that's all I'm doing for my nose. I could do more of an actual highlight, but I'm just not doing that right now. So I'm going to do my brows. So my brows are actually kind of on the thick side. So all I do is go in with a little bit of eyeshadow and one of these kind of brushes, and I just kind of fill it in a little bit. That way it just kind of defines it a little, but I'm not actually needing to go in and create an eyebrow. I know some people, their eyebrows are very sparse. That's not the case with me. So I just put on a little bit of eyeshadow to just define them a little bit. I'm going to be using Storm here. It's like a dark brown shade. I'm just going to fill these in just a little bit. So during the pandemic or anything, did you guys get very lazy on your makeup too? Like, it was so funny because it's very unlike me. Like I said, I used to wear makeup literally every day. Even, you know, after I became a stay-at-home mom, wasn't, you know, working a 9-to-5 job kind of thing anymore. I was still putting on makeup. Yeah, you could see this one's just a little bit more defined than this one. So I'm going to do this side now. All right, now one thing that I do, not all of the time, but sometimes, I go in with one of these guys and I just very lightly brush over what I just did, and it softens it a little bit if your lines are a little harsh and maybe it's a little too dark or something. This just kind of softens it just a little bit. As far as eyeshadow, I'm going super duper basic today. I'm going to go in with a couple of shades. To start with, I like going in with this light pink shade called Nutmeg. I use that all over the eyelid and underneath just to kind of make it match my skin tone a little bit more. I have more of a pinky undertone, and I have dark circles under my eyes, so it kind of helps blend everything so that my dark circles are not as apparent. All right, so I got that shade all over. I'm going to go in with this color here. It's, you can't even see it. All right, so I'm gonna go in with this color here. It's called Dusk. It's kind of a cross between like a lavender and a taupe. So I'm gonna take that and I'm going to put it on my crease and my upper brow bone a little bit. So I have hooded eyes. So one thing that I have learned, actually Stephanie Lange is one of the ones that I learned this from, is if you have hooded eyes, you're not going to want to put a lot of shimmery shades on your upper eyelid. When the light hits it, it's actually going to make your eyes look more hooded, and you're not even going to be able to really see the shade that much. So that is like one of the most helpful tips that I have personally learned, is to use more of a matte shade up here. So when I was a teenager, shimmers were very popular, and I used a lot of shimmery shades, and I never understood why I couldn't see it that well, but this is why. So I've found that if you use more of a matte shade up here and use a shimmer down here on your actual like mobile lid, then you can actually see your eyeshadow better. All right, so I put that shade on. And then I'm going to go in with this white shade called Snow. I'm going to take just a little bit and put it under my brow bone. Under my brow. Then I'm going to take that Snow shade again, and I'm going to put some on here. I'm going to put it on that lower lid. Now this look that I'm doing right now, I can usually accomplish in 5 to 10 minutes total, but because I'm talking to you guys, it's taking me longer. But I have the time to do that today, so that's all good. But yeah, if I'm like hurrying and need to get out of the house, I can really truly do this look super quick. All right, now I'm gonna go in with that color that I put on my upper lid, and I'm going to slightly put that underneath my eye. I don't want to put it too much because then that makes my dark circles kind of protrude again, and nobody wants that. So then I'm going to go in with the finishing spray, the setting spray, whatever you want to call it. I use NYX. I've used more of the expensive ones before that are kind of like cult favorites. This one works just fine. I like this one. Also something that I have found via YouTube, and I adore this tip because I used to have to go in like when I was a teenager and stuff and kind of touch up my makeup a couple of times throughout the day because it wouldn't stay. This stuff here totally helps. Now I'm going to go in with some mascara on my upper eyelashes. I don't really like to put mascara on my lower eyelashes anymore. I used to, but then just the way that my eye shape is and stuff, I found that I like it better if I just put it on the upper eyelid. So I'm going to be using the Tarte Lights Camera Splashes. This is their waterproof. They also have a non-waterproof version if you prefer that. I prefer waterproof mascaras myself because I tend to have watery eyes. I have allergies and that kind of stuff, and you know, I am more of an emotional person. You know, I'll cry when I'm happy, I'll cry when I'm sad, you know, so it's always better for me just to have a waterproof mascara. All right, and to finish up, I am going to use a Sephora lip stain. This one is number 6. I really like this particular color because it's, for me personally, is more like a natural nude. It's the same kind of pinky shade as my natural lips. So it gives them a little bit of definition and it finishes off the makeup look without, you know, being like, whoa, you have a lot of, you know, lipstick on kind of thing. I have a lot of other colors. I'm not, you know, afraid of bright colors by any means. I have, you know, ones like this that I like to use. But if I'm going for more of a basic kind of look, you know, that's more of a shade that I go to. All right, guys, so I am all done. You can see it's just very basic, but I look, you know, more put together. So that is always a good thing. I would say it's a rather easy look that pretty much anybody can do. You don't have to have, you know, the same products that I have. Just use, you know, the general principles. The shade up here, you know, sometimes I use a brown, sometimes I use like this like purpley taupe color, sometimes I'll use a peach or a burgundy or something like that. So, you know, it just kind of depends. I will switch it up a little bit, but this is the, you know, general look that I will do if I just need a quick, easy makeup look and I have, you know, errands to run or something and I want to look a little bit nicer. This is more of a look that I will go for on a regular basis. So thank you for watching my little chit chat here while I do my makeup. I'll leave some products down below for you guys. Any links that I can find to anything that I have shown here, I will link down below. The Stephanie Lange palette, I don't think is available anymore. I think that was a limited release. when I had purchased that, but I will leave a link to her YouTube channel down below as well if that is something that you are interested in. She used to do a lot of like makeup tutorials and stuff like that, and she doesn't do as much of that anymore. A lot of her stuff now is more about social issues and how things are not as they seem on the internet. So if you want to check her out, I will leave her stuff down below as well. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye, guys!